morning, Christian. We may now be seated. We also acknowledge the presence of Emeritus Professor Dr. Alfredo Ho of the Department of Philosophy, and of course, our speakers who are still with us today, this evening. To give us the closing remarks, may we call in Professor Michael Anthony Vasco, PhD, Dean of Studies of the University of Santo Tomas, Arts and Letters. Let's give him a round of applause.
Good evening. My initiation to the philosophy of Emmanuel Levinas was during my graduate studies at UST in the early 90s. When I was then taking my master's degree and was enrolled in the subject Heidegger and Sartre. While reading the works and commentaries on Heidegger, I chanced upon a secondary source pointing to Heidegger's influence on Emmanuel Levinas. It was through the work titled Martin Heidegger, From Phenomenology to Thought by Richardson that I have searched for Levinas' writings. Two main works were finally accessed by me. First, Totality and Infinity, which I accessed at UST, and Otherwise Than Being or Beyond Essence from the Ateneo Loyola House of Studies. I am not sure if it was just a serendipitous discovery that I obtained the book about exteriority at UST and a book about interiority at the Ateneo. I think it should have been the reverse. What gravitated me to Levinas is his indebtedness to Husserl and Heidegger. Although we must admit that Husserl influenced him more than Heidegger. While Heidegger's existential phenomenology became the canon of the 1950s and early 1960s, there is something lacking in his existential, the Dasein, that is the human face. As Levinas once quipped, the Dasein of Heidegger never gets hungry. It is the human face, the preeminence of the other over the I, that makes Levinas' philosophy unique and complementary to Heidegger's or Husserl's project in philosophy. In the last 3 days, we have completed an intellectual Olympiad on the philosophy of Levinas. It is heartwarming to know that in the local landscape, more and more young philosophy scholars are doing research on Levinas' philosophy. I hope that this would further continue in the near future. May I also say that Levinasian research in the Philippines will not thrive if not for the great contributions of Professor Dr. Levinas Garcia, who introduced Emmanuel Levinas to the Philippine Academy. Even as a young graduate student, it was through the lectures of Dr. Garcia at Philosophy Circle of the Philippines, Philosophical Association of the Philippines, and at the Pulong Isip seminars of the Philippine Academy of Philosophical Research, care of Professor Emeritus Professor Dr. Alfredo Ho, that I was able to learn and relearn the nuances, the philosophical vocabulary, the learned interpretations of Levinas' texts. To Father Dr. Roger Bergrave for sharing your time and expertise to the Filipino audience. I hope that in the last 3 days of the conference, that you would find your dialogue with the Filipino audience fruitful and enriching as well. Our deepest gratitude to you for accepting our invitation to be the plenary speaker, not once but 3 times. It is a very rare occasion in the Philippines to invite speakers who had first-hand encounters with the great philosophers and who are also foremost authorities on these philosophers. We hope that your scholarship will inspire our young Filipino philosophy students, teachers, and scholars to follow the same scholarly path you have undertaken. To the organizing committee of this international conference, I thank you with deepest gratitude. Once again, you have proven your dexterity in organizing conferences such as this. I hope that you will continue with this task in the near future. To all the participants, thank you for your presence. I hope you will bring some intellectual gifts when you go back to your respective institutions. And on behalf of the Pontifical and Royal University of Santo Tomas, again, thank you to all of you.